What is good, everyone? This is your host, Deanna Kuempel with Label Free Podcast. To live your best life, you must live label free. I'm very excited. I have a very special guest. His name is Mohammed Siddique. Mohammed is the host of Growth Hacking Secrets. He's also a real estate investor and the co-author of New Success Secrets, as you see right behind him right there. Mohammed had me on his show. He was such a great host. And so I just wanted to have him on because you are definitely living dynamically. So thank you for joining us. Please introduce yourself to the audience and give us a little bit about your background.
Thank you, Deanna. Thank you I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you and your audience. They are our new best friends. We have not met yet.
Yes,
You know,
I love that.
you from my accent, you probably can figure out I'm originally from Pakistan and born in the countryside. My parents never went to school.
Wow, okay.
And we were living on $150 for a whole year budget.
Wow, that's crazy.
And in my college, I lived in a church like a mosque. I
Okay,
mean, I have to pay money to pay outside.
sure, sure.
So then now, 25 years later, publisher of a couple of business magazines, real estate all over in US and also in Pakistan.
Really? That's
Yeah.
awesome. Very good,
And
very good.
started a one company with a $694, not even my own money, with my partner's credit card because I did not have a credit card at the time. And we sold millions of dollars. And after 12 years, we sold for very good change later.
That's an amazing story, and I think that's great for the audience to hear because I mean my most of my guests are definitely entrepreneurs that are living on their own terms, and like just to start off with so little, and then to grow it to being so successful, that's a huge accomplishment. And I think a lot of people get scared by the idea that they don't have enough resources to go after what they want to do. What do you have to say about that?
As I mentioned, it was a $694 start. It was not even my own money, my partner's credit card. I didn't. So how much you can go? Nothing.
Yeah.
When I was in Mars for a few years, so I didn't have to have money to even pay for a rent. How much low you can go? So here's the lesson.
Yeah.
It's your guts.
Yes.
Learn, hone your skills. Until you believe into yourself, nothing will make it happen. You will never achieve anything. You have to believe into yourself. The way to get a believe into yourself is not, oh, I believe. Suddenly you wake up on a Monday morning, oh, I believe into myself, I'm going to do it today. It doesn't work like this.
No.
Have a mentor who have done it exactly what you want to achieve. They
So,
have traveled that path, not only themselves,
yeah.
probably taken people like you in their journey along together too, and you learn from them. That's the
Think-
only way you can. That's a less risky, enjoyable journey. There will be some twists and turns. That's a part of learning, getting
Yeah.
outside of the box. However, they will keep you safe because they've
Well,
been there.
that's good. I think that's actually really smart. I mean, I think that people maybe get scared to ask for help from somebody who has gone on that journey before. Can you tell us a little bit about like going from $694 to selling multi-million dollars? Like that had to be an exciting journey. I mean, because I know as an entrepreneur and having many businesses, like while you're in it, you don't think that you're going to make it. There's a lot of like, you go through a lot of self-doubt, but you just keep going. And if you reach a hardship or you reach a roadblock, you figure out how to get over it. So can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, like this, we're talking about 1997. And if you think I have an accent right now, imagine 23 years ago how much accent I had.
You're cute. I love it.
So, like, there's nothing to fail. You
Yeah.
know what? We started an e-commerce company at that time, and we tried to sell. I hired a marketing company like everybody else does. Hey, I like pay some few $1,000s to them. Say they're going to produce some results. I'm going to get a lot of customers, and we're going to celebrate to the beach. That doesn't work like this. I
No.
did hired the company. They took away my few $1,000s, produced zero results.
Teddy says hi. Sorry.
So, so they produced zero results. I hired another company.
Yeah.
I hired another company, and they produced zero results again.
Really?
Yeah, that's I pay my price. We all have to pay our price. Or rather, would I would have paid to a mentor versus trying to kind of waste money and then have frustration and it's not going to work. It's a bad start. We all think when we don't get what we want to achieve, and then what happened? I say, what, I'm going to hire another company, but however, here's the change. I tell them, you are going to watch me, teach me first,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to do it. You watch my shoulder, stop me, call me idiot, whatever you want to call me. That's okay. I don't mind. You are, and I will pay your whatever the price you are saying. I
Yeah.
am going to do it. You are not allowed to do anything.
Right. So just teach you.
You teach me, and then I do it. You watch. While you are watching, I still pay you the same. Whatever the hourly rates and everything.
Yeah. I love
Then
that.
I have a master's in computer science background. You know
Oh,
what? In a computer science background, what they teach, how to talk to computers. That's why the programming and building systems and
sure.
all that one. And in that, my change in my marketing mindset.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Now I learn how to speak with people.
Well, that's good because people are still part of the equation as of right now. I mean, we're getting so
Yes.
technologically advanced with artificial intelligence and all that. So who knows? We might be talking to computers a lot more coming here in the future. But that's a really
Yes.
great story. But you have a lot of great things going on. Not only do you have this great book, but you're the host of this other. I mean, do you consider it a podcast or just a show?
Yeah, you can a podcast and a show. Call it both because we do video just like Dina, you're doing it now,
Yes.
and then we take it to audio and send it to the podcast later too. So
And I love your format. You have it very organized, and you were gracious enough to show me your calendar. And let me tell you, this man is busy, but you also have something very exciting that you are rolling out for podcasters like me. Do you want to talk about that a little bit to share with the audience? Because I do have a lot of podcasters that follow the show.
oh, wonderful, Deanna. Thank you for the opportunity. As a podcast, when you're doing the podcast host, there are a number of things that are very critical. First of all, getting a quality guest on your podcast, that takes more time than the actual producing the show.
Yes.
Is
I
that
agree.
make sense? The
Yes.
pain.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
The book, first of all, they say, nah, I'm not good for video. They keep saying no to you. Oh, I'm traveling. And then when they schedule the call, guess what? They don't show up on a call on time. Okay, that's a big pain. It takes a lot longer time than actually recording the show.
Yes.
We call it a guest booking. And we have a service because, you have seen my schedule. In 1 week, I interview minimum 25, 30,
Yeah.
35 people in 1 week. So we have kind of made it almost to a science how to get guests on the show, and they will show up 99% of the time, not like the 70%. Number
Yeah.
one. The second, once you record the show, guess what? On the following is the post production. Half an hour show takes 7, 8, 10 hours to actually post produce, editing and all that stuff.
Sure.
So we have a 24/7 service where whenever you feel, you can actually submit give it to us the task. Our team of people will actually take care of your post production. So as a podcast host, the best enjoyable part is actually talking to the people, recording just like we are doing
Yeah.
to each other right now.
I love it.
So, and we take out the pain points from the guest booking and the post production work.
So you're like, and I'm starting to see a lot of these different services pop up. So like I'm a member to Podmatch, and they don't necessarily do the booking for you, but they allow you to find guests that you can match with. This might be a good resource for you that you could just go ahead and sign up and just get more. It could help your business. So people that might be interested in using some of those services because they don't offer that. I mean, I have a producer that works on my episodes. And so when I'm done with it, I send it over to him. He edits it and does all that stuff. But you do it from like start to finish. So that's very new. Some of these some of these other different services aren't offering that. So you've got a niche business now that for the podcasting industry.
Yeah, I am a part of the Podmatch and Matchmakers and a few others too. It's a good platform where it's kind of self-service,
Yeah.
and then you keep getting almost like a spam. The guest, they're not even qualified to be a guest on your show. Then now you created another work for yourself,
Sure.
and at least on LinkedIn, you can look at their whole profile, what they have done. No, this is not good for me. It's not matching. Over there, what you see, whatever the 2 line, 3 line, they put it. Nothing against the platform. I love it. It's a good platform to match. However, it does not really solve the actual problem.
Well, I think if you're looking at, so for me, I'm reading the bios.
Yeah.
So if I'm connecting with what the bio says, what their experience is, like their background, then for me, like then I will confirm a match. So, but yes, I mean, unless you're not going through those extra steps, then you're not really necessarily qualifying them. I mean, I don't just accept everybody. I'm reading their story and
Yeah.
making sure they are going to be a good candidate for my audience because, you know, I kind of have a trend here. I'm talking to great, very intelligent, dynamic people like yourself that can offer good, valuable information. You have a great service to offer. You have an incredible book behind you. Yes, I want to talk to people like you.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. And plus there's a lot of work to find the right guest from over there, and then because you can't, once you find it, you're waiting for the reply on the other side. There's no way
Yes.
to, hey, let's just get them and quickly, find you don't have their contact information.
And you guys
We,
handle all that front to back, right?
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. In
That's very,
fact, guest will book it directly on your calendar, so you don't have to even do anything really. So
well, that's really nice.
we
Absolutely.
make it a
So,
pleasant, pain-free experience.
yes. So all my podcasters out there, if you're looking for a full service that's going to book your guests and do the post production and all that stuff, I will. Where can everybody contact you, Siddique? Like, why don't you plug your information?
Yeah, my information is very simple. Mohammed Siddique. My ID is on social media, and excuse me.
No, no worries. It's still early here. I know you're an hour ahead in Georgia, so it's not as early by you, but it's early for
So
me.
my ID, all of my website is meetsiddique.com, and as like meetsiddique.com, and LinkedIn, Instagram, Clubhouse, Twitter, Facebook, everywhere is a Meet Siddique.
Fantastic. And I will put all your links in the description of the episode, and we will have it pop up on the screen there as well. But Siddique, do you have any like final words of wisdom? I mean, what around whatever, if you wanted to do it around the podcasting or just your own personal experience with being a entrepreneur and how you've gotten to where you are today.
Yeah, you are not as good as you think. You are better. So do something with that.
Ooh, I like that. That
Yes.
was good. That was a good piece
Yeah.
of wisdom. I've never heard that before, but I agree. I think that we underestimate what we're capable of, and I think that's where, like, why I call this label free, because people get bogged down by those labels and they don't realize that, like you said, they are more powerful than they think, and that's why it's label free. To live your best life, you must live label free. Break out of those chains and go after what's going to make you happy, and you never know until you try, right?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, I know you're a busy man, so we'll start wrapping things up. Thank you so much, Siddique, for being on my show. You had some very valuable pearls of wisdom. I really appreciate your time. You guys, this is your host, Deanna Kuempel with Label Free Podcast. Live your best life. You must live label free. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And I will be back soon with more dynamic guests.